Hi, it's Kim.
Hi, it's Kristine.
We are here to help you navigate change.
And in today's coffee chat with Kim and Kristine, we're going to be talking about the topic, what to do when someone who ghosts you comes back.
But before we start, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe so you're the first one to know when we get new videos. So Kristine, we're saying it's the best time for dating, okay? I saw the increase of amount of new people, but there's always those people that have been there forever. I call them the dating squatter. It's like they're stuck on that app, and those people usually are the one that tend to ghost and reappear after a few months just to make sure you're still there. And they're gonna ask you a question like, "Oh, I hope you've been doing well." "Oh, how are you? Oh, it's been so long." But then you say, "Oh, I've been doing well," blah blah blah, and then no more news for another 3 weeks. So I don't know how you call them, but I call them apps dating squatter.
I think you just coined a new term. So, in terms of
That's a French
congratulations.
brain.
When Kim first mentioned squatter, I had to ask her like 3 times to repeat herself because I really couldn't understand like what she was saying. And then I was like, "Oh, you're talking about ghosters." And she's like, "Yeah, squatters." And I'm like, "Okay, Kim." Like, so Kim's gonna refer to them as squatters, and I'm gonna refer to them as ghosters, but they're the exact same thing. Basically, just people that show up and things seem to be going really well, and then they're just gone, and you have no idea where they went, and they don't say anything, and then they show up like nothing happened, like a new Netflix episode. Like, they just show up. So while they've been away, like chances are that what happened was they were online, they were chatting with you, they were chatting with somebody else, and then things all of a sudden took off with that other person. And chances are whatever options they had left, or it didn't work out the way that they thought. So then they're going to come back to you. And the thing is, do you really want to be number 2 in life? Like, let's be honest here. This person dropped you and went to go see somebody else. It's like when you order an Uber and then you see a taxi and you're like, "Oh, there's a taxi and I'm running late, so I've got to hop in the taxi. Screw you, Uber. I'm just going to like, go in the taxi and go." You don't want to be that Uber driver that's like, "Oh, my person didn't show up and I was taking a pool and now I'm late for the other thing and now I'm not going to get like." It messes everything up.
You see, I agree with you, and I will say probably 80% of time that's what it is. But I was talking with someone last year, and he disappeared for a while out of the blue. And after a few months, sure enough, he reached out to me, and something actually really happened in his life, something quite dramatic. So it's okay to give a chance to the person to explain what happened. I think it doesn't mean you have to rip them off. If it's the third time they do that, well, I'm sorry, but now it's a pattern. It's not a one-time thing. But it's okay to give them a chance to explain, say, "Hey, what happened?" and see what they're going to say. Usually, if they don't have a valid answer, they're gonna change subject or disappeared again. So then you get your answer. But as much as when we're really getting into someone by talking and laughing and having those flirty texts, no, the chance that they had a brain injury and forgot about you for 2 months and were in the hospital is really, really low. So it's more likely that they either were very busy or they had another option, like Kristine said. But when is it enough? Like, when do you give a chance? When you don't, this is up to you. It's up to you if you know what you're looking for and also what you're willing to accept. Ghosting, for me personally, it's the biggest disrespect sign you can do to me. If you lose interest, if you met someone else, if you're busy at work, if you want to take time off of dating because it's getting too much for you, great. Just say it, right? So why and how would you let another chance, Kristine? Like, what will be a scenario where you will be like, "You know what, okay," or "No, that's enough. I'm not getting into that."
If they disappear and they come back, if it was something that was low investment, like an app, then sure, maybe I'll talk to them again. But if we were, dating and talking and meeting up, and all of a sudden they disappeared out of your life without letting you know, that is a pretty significant circumstance. So, like Kim mentioned, every situation is different. We're all people. Things happen to us in life. It's important to understand why they left in the first place, to figure out whether or not it aligns with your morals and your values, because you have to always be true to yourself. So if you feel like in your gut this is the right thing to do to take this person back into your life, you don't ever want to live life with regrets, but at the same time you don't want to keep letting those toxic people into your life because they're just going to bring you down. So really evaluate things.
I really like what you said. And so basically, I think if we can, bring it in a few sentences, saying that first, know what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept, your value, what for you is respect, what you're willing. And also don't be afraid to share it, because you putting your expectation there, but you showing your high value person. That's what you value. That's what you want. That's what you're willing to accept. So it's okay to show that you're a high value person and that those are the things you're comfortable with. So if you if we stop talking, if something was happening, I would rather you to tell me than just ghost me. And this is just showing that you have some barrier of what you're willing to accept and what's your expectation. I believe the other thing we said, and you mentioned it in the other video about dating we did, so I encourage people to watch those videos, but you might have to go through a lot of people to find your person, and it's fine. Well, do you want to spend time always with the same person? If it's not your person, that's not a thing. Are you going to keep watching the same movie over and over again? Or do you want to get to that new movie that, you always dreamed of seeing? Because basically the time you're spending taking those people back that are obviously on a, for them, it's overdoing it again and again and again. It's a pattern for them. So do you really want to waste all that time on people that have a pattern of disposing people and taking them back when they want? Or do you want to move on and take, your precious time and your effort to meet that person you've been looking for? So ultimately, it's a personal choice. Know your value. Don't be afraid to show your high value woman or man. And also remember that you have to put your energy where it's worth it. And if it's not that person, your person's coming.
We all have priorities in life, and if you're making somebody a priority and they're not making you a priority, you have to really evaluate that, because if you're going to be spending time, energy, and effort on somebody that's not going to be spending the same time, energy, and effort on you, you're going to be disappointed.
And it's not a successful investment, because you're putting more than you're getting. So invest wisely.
So we hope that you enjoyed our video on what to do when someone who ghosts you comes back. If there are any other topics that you would like us to talk about, please place them in the comment section below.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.